Thanks for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts or listen to music. When you have an opportunity, please give us a 5-star review, write a little note, tell us how we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep this thing going. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Facebook at Hidden Tracks. Instagram is at HiddenTracks99, and if you'd like to send in submissions or talk to us or give us any feedback about what we're doing, our email is myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? I got Ben DeHan from the awesome band Free Friends. Ben has had a long career in music in a short period of time, as I would call it, and really excited to have him on the show. We had them on our Free Friends on our weekly threes, which is pretty awesome that I get to talk to the people that I fall in love with listening to their music and share with all you out there. So welcome to the show today, Ben.
Hey, thanks for having me, Shane.
Well, like I said, we had you Free Friends and our weekly threes, which is 3 things that we're listening to that we want everybody else to check out. And you and I started talking right after you saw us post that we listened to you. So, I really appreciate what you have done already in your life as an artist and what you continue to do. It means the world to so many people that may not have an opportunity to tell you, but I'm here and I have that opportunity to tell you and say thank you for what you do with your art and give it to us to put a smile on our face.
I really appreciate that, man. We've gotten that a lot with like, with taking time. I've a lot of people have told me that like they needed it. They needed to, yeah, like they almost have used it to like vent. And I'm like, well, hell yeah. I mean, like that's kind of like why we do this, you know? So I love getting that kind of.
Yeah. And let's start, real quick how, the Free Friends thing kind of came together. I know a backline of the story, but the listeners may not. Want to lead us down the road of how that all came together?
So yeah, I've been in bands kind of my whole life. I most notably was in the band American Diary from the time I was like 16 to 22, and we did several national tours. We did like a handful of dates on the 2007 Warped Tour, and then we did the entire 2008 Warped Tour, which was pretty insane. Like, and then I got super burnt out, and I thought that going back to school and pursuing a quote unquote normal life would be easier. And for me, it turned out like I mean, like I graduated or whatever, but like just to keep it short, like I mean, I remember my first day of work after graduating, and I was at like a sales job at a tech company, and I remember calling my dad and being like, so is this how, I mean, I was in like stop dead traffic, and I asked him, I was like, is this how like every day is going to be now? And, and he was just like, yeah, I mean, he's like, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, because he even had like an adjacent commute to me. Like he was down in the same county. And at that point, I remember just thinking, well, fuck. Like,
what did I do?
What did I do? Like, yeah. And so I kind of carried on like that. I don't know how. I mean, like, it was hard. Just like, I mean, stuff is hard, in general, whatever. But like, it wasn't my vibe. So I left in 2000, like right before COVID. I had the opportunity to do another track with American Diary after like 15 years. We randomly like went in the studio with Matt Squire to do another song, and I was like, I've always wanted to work with him. And so my supervisor basically told me like if I did take time off from work, that I didn't have to come back. And I was just like, yeah, all right, well, thank you for making that easy for me, because like I was already 1 foot out. I mean, and in that last year in 2020, I had recorded my first song back as like Ben DeHan, but I wasn't really like doing it seriously, and I didn't know what it was going to evolve into. And then I left the job. I met my future wife, and I just kind of like started going after it like full time, like just from 1 week to the next. And then COVID happened, and all that time actually really gave me a lot of opportunity to really develop again, to see what this was. And I actually did I had heard a Song Exploder episode of the guy from Semisonic, and the way he wrote Closing Time was like, it was like a song a day for 30 days, and he was on day like 25 or something. And yeah, so I heard that, and I was like, well, I wonder if I do it for 90 or 120 days, what I come up with. And that was kind of like the beginning of everything. And so for the past 2.5 years, we've been going under the name Ben DeHan. And then 3 months ago, we switched to Free Friends, because we actually met our drummer Gil maybe at the beginning of this year, and just he came up and he'll live with us like 1 or 2 weeks out of the month, basically. And like, that's how we, develop new material and stay tight. But it just immediately clicked, and it just felt time. I was sick of my name, being the name. Like I was like, that's cheesy, man. So, and we also wanted to be, we wanted it to be a thing that, people could connect with. Like, I don't know about you, but like when I was even now, I guess like I find it harder to connect with a person's name than I do like a band, I guess.
Yeah, it depends, really. I mean, it depends on how I would venture to say it's a little different sometimes when I see a name and you see all these moving parts behind that person. And sometimes I'm like, that's not fair, because even though he may be the songwriter, she may be the head songwriter going under a name, but you have this whole band behind you helping you sonically create what you envisioned it to be. Sometimes I feel bad for the people in the background that have no name, right?
Dude, me too. And that, yeah, I mean, like, that's why every show that we played as Ben DeHan, like, I just made it a point to like always be talking about, give it up for the other member. Like, I would pick certain members, and just like, we started out as a 5-piece or 6-piece lineup just to show you. I have you been in bands also?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, like, it's like a pruning process, I guess, in the beginning.
Yeah, you got to figure out what's going to work. The big thing is always the personalities. I always, in my everyday career, I manage people, and I always say I don't manage people, I manage personalities, because you can't lump everybody in under one thing. Everyone has their own quirks and ticks, and you got to find out, their why and why they're doing what they're doing, and who they are, to actually figure it out and make it work. And it's the same thing in a band. If you have toxic fucking personalities throughout everything, it's just never going to work. So it is that feeling out process and finding out what's going to happen.
Yeah, and you got to be very careful of that. Like you just brought up toxic, because one person like can really try to bring down like a really positive thing, and bring everybody else's mood down. And like sometimes like that can slip past our awareness, because like you're a manager, you said?
Yeah.
So like you're probably pretty quick to it. Like, I mean, it's just like the one bad apple ruins the bunch kind of thing.
Yeah, it really is. And people don't, that's one of the things that people don't understand. And that's even in everyday friendships, right? Like you have a circle of friends, but you have that one person in that circle of friends who could be a constant complainer and just always finds the negative in everything, and then brings everybody down that's having a good time. And you're like, why do I surround myself with this?
Yeah. It's interesting because like I actually had a friend like that my entire life, and he was doing that at my my bachelor party or whatever last year. And I kind of came to the realization, like, I mean, I've already been doing this, like I've already been like cutting certain people out of my life, and I'm pretty lean. Like I only, I mean, I want to add value to other people's lives, and vice versa, but like I don't have any time for that whining crap. I mean, like if you want to talk to me and like you need a vent, you have some real issues, I absolutely, that's part of everything that we stand for. I welcome anybody can send me a message, and please do, if you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, there's a difference though between that cry for help and that I just never satisfied. There's a big difference there, and you have to figure out, the boy who cried wolf thing. If this person constantly has a cry for help, then maybe their personality is they're just a fucking complainer. And then there's other people that, oh shit, now I got to take the time to actually listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, well, and I enjoy being there and being a sounding board for other people, because I guess it's kind of like the best way that we can be objective about, the stuff that we're personally going through as well, because it's always easier to give somebody else advice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very good at it with my friends and helping them through their stuff. And then when it comes to my own problems, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do what I told them to do. That's just stupid now.
It's a funny thing. Funny thing. Like people will do, we'll do much more for other people than we would for ourselves. Like, and that's in our nature.
Yeah, it is definitely it. And now in your life and growing up, and we're talking about sympathy and empathy and all this kind of stuff here. And I think a lot of that comes by, how we grew up and what we grew up listening to and what we grew up around. So for you, did you grow up in a musical household, or? Yeah, there was music being played or someone was playing instruments?
My parents, yeah, I mean, like they're both like, like fans of music. You like my dad, he's one of the biggest music, like he just not in the way that like he fangirls out or whatever, but like sometimes I guess like if he's at like a Pink Floyd concert or something or Aerosmith, I don't whatever. But he just really like he's just a very musical person. And then my mom is very musical also. She taught me my first song. She plays piano, she sings, she plays guitar. She's just a creative. And so I always grew up with like, the stereo was blasting on on Friday evening, Saturday, all day basically. My dad was listening to his records. But oddly enough, like I never like intended to play music until like I did. Until I got that guitar for my 11th birthday. It was a combination of things. Sorry, my dog is barking.
It's all right. We're pet friendly, and I'm sure it's UPS.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got an electric guitar for my 11th birthday, and Enema of the State, and a skateboard, and like I mean, like that pretty much kind of like defined the rest of my middle school career. And I mean, like that was enough to like kind of get me off to the races. And I realized pretty quickly after like I like literally like a week with playing, like I think I wrote my first song, and I was just obsessed with it. And I spent all my time around my friends, back then skating or doing whatever we were doing. And it was kind of like I like the idea of a band initially too, because like the camaraderie, like and I don't know, like I kind of maybe felt a little bit unheard maybe at my I love my parents to death, but like maybe in my family life back then.
Yeah, it's easier to get it out through music, and being such a young kid and starting to write stuff. I got two big questions for you. Do you remember the name of the first song you wrote? And then what was the name of your very first band? Because you probably were coming up with band names before you even seeked out people to hang with and write music.
Yeah. The name is stupid. But
they usually are. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But
the first song, I actually have it recorded oddly. It's called What They Sing About. And I guess it's just about like having a like a perfect day, like, and I wish that I had kind of a perfect day. And it's very it's super quirky. Like it talks about like exactly what I was going through. Like I noticed my skateboard's gone and I have to mow the lawn, like that kind of thing. Like the problems of an 11-year-old. But like and then the first name that I ever came up with and that we ever kind of used as a band name was Fallout.
Okay.
No boy, just Fallout.
Yeah.
And then that band ended up officially changing the name to A New Hope, and that was my band from like 7th grade to like my junior year of high school. And then it was American Diary.
Wow. Do you remember what you heard from your parents that first clicked with you to find music and sound sonically different than anything else you were listening to that made you attached to music?
Oh, well, as far as like the attachment thing, there was always like this weird thing where certain songs and like certain music just like it just reached out and like it just got me. Like for example, the first time I ever heard Damn It on the radio, I didn't know how to play guitar yet. I had an old acoustic guitar that was in my room collecting dust, and I was like, I was like, what this is fucking awesome. Like, and it's, I remember grabbing that acoustic and looking in the mirror, pretending like I could play the riff.
Was it vinyl string or metal string?
It was metal. Yeah, it was metal, and it was like, but it was a metal strung classical style guitar. It was my Opus actually. Yeah, there's always been. I don't know if that's like inherent with me, or maybe because like I grew up around it. Certain songs just like seriously like just like they really affect me. Like, do you get goosebumps when you listen to certain songs?
Yes,
Not everybody gets that.
I know. And I sometimes when I hear people say like, "Nah, I've never had that happen," I'm like, then you're either first off you're fucking soulless or you're a serial killer. So because music invokes that in people, and
Mm,
I recently had that with my summer album for this summer, which was Versus the World new album, and I heard a
yeah.
song and some lyrics hit me, and all of a sudden my wife and I are driving down Garden State Parkway, and I just look at her and she's like, I go, look at my arms. I was covered in goosebumps. She's like, that's fucking insane. I'm like, it's
She doesn't get
music,
'em?
baby. It's music, baby.
Yeah, but music, yeah, no, but it gets you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, it's happened to me more and more. The older I get, more in like quicker with like the stuff that connects with me.
Well, because
And
you've had more experiences, and that's really what it comes down to. Is you've had more experiences in life, because as you get older, there's more things happen, and the music creates that vision or moment that you had, say 2 years ago, and it invokes that and brings it back. And that's why I always call music a time machine, because that's what it does. It just brings you back, and that's why you get the goosebumps, is because it makes you think of something else.
it's so cool too, man. Right? You're exactly right. What you just said. It is because I've had more experiences, and that's why we can listen to something new with those experiences. That's how we learn and grow. But like, it's cool. Like when you listen to a song like that, like I just said, and like you finally understand, and not just theoretically understand. Like you're like, oh, I get it. Like
Yeah.
I'm going through that now.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. Oh my god. Okay, that's what that meant. Like like there's songs that you listen to growing up, and you're just like, yeah, it's catchy. Yeah, like, but then you hear it a different way, 10, 15 years later, and you're like, hell, yeah, all right.
Well, that's why too. I think sometimes, like for people, it's hard for them to understand certain things when it comes to music, because, and I always use this cliche because I'm from New Jersey, and when you're born in New Jersey, they hand you a Bruce Springsteen album, and you're just supposed to like it. But I was growing up, I was a kid, I didn't fucking like it because I didn't get it. But when I get to my 30s and 40s, I'm like, and I'm still not the hugest Springsteen fan, but I'm just like, oh, now I get it, because
Yeah.
it wasn't written. It's not written for a 10-year-old. It's written for
Right.
a 35-year-old going through some shit,
Yeah.
having dragging up things about relationships with his father and
Yep.
lost
Yeah.
love and all this kind of stuff. So I didn't fucking get it, and now as I'm older, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, now I get it.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. And the guys, I mean, like he's just an animal on stage too. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the dream. Like
To play for 4.5 hours at 65 years old.
hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, like 85 for that matter. Why not just Keith Richards it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like he's always got a smile on his face. He's doing what he loves, and it's not easy. But it's not. I mean, it's not easy on the way up. I'm not sure. Like I haven't been privileged enough to know what it's like from Bruce's end.
not many people are. I mean, it's probably a handful of people in the world that can figure that out.
But I'm sure. I mean, like I mean, he worked for it. I mean, just like anybody, like you wouldn't. You don't get that kind of success and recognition within your community by being a douchebag.
No, and it wasn't handed to him. He did. That's the big thing right there. It's one word, and it's work, right? And if you want to be good at anything, you see the people who get stuff handed to them. Sometimes you see them fade away pretty fast. But it's the people who knew how hard it was to get to where they are and continue to do it. You look at like Metallica, same thing, man. They worked really hard to get to where they were, and even still to this day in their 60s, playing heavy metal music, just like, no, we're still going to work hard, and we're still going to go out and tour, and we're still going to make new records. And it's work.
And we're going to learn TikTok, like, and you got to give it to them. Like they do, like they're not afraid of like you have to suck to be good.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of trying new things, I mean, Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Where's that? So you're going to see them soon, huh?
Yeah, I'm going. They're doing that 2-day. It's a Friday and a Sunday because I get it. They need off on Saturday after playing probably for 3 hours that they will be next Friday. But
You said
yeah,
Friday and a Saturday.
no, it's Friday and a Sunday because they're
Oh,
they 60-year-old metal guys need a day off because they're probably going to play for 3 hours. They're not no repeats is what we've been told as fans. There'll be no repeats for the 2 days. So, and they got a different opener each day, so that it'll be different and cool. It'll be like a different concert because it's all even though it's all Metallica, you're going to get different songs. So
I've never seen them, but I mean, like I would love to. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I wonder if they have any of their set list posted, like if they're gonna do like Black Album front to back, like something like that. Like
yeah, I didn't look because I don't look usually until I get there because I kind of want to start to be surprised. It just happened with me with The Cure. Like I went to see The Cure, first time I ever got to see them. Didn't realize they were going to play for 3.5 hours. And then I'm like, wow, this is going really long. And they walked off stage. I'm like, all right, well, they're going to come out for an encore. Their first encore was 6 songs. Their second encore was 9 songs. So you got a whole other. Yeah, they played 30 songs or 29. So 29.
They're one of my favorite bands, man. The Cure. Yeah, I love The Cure. I've never seen them live.
Yeah,
but
it was a bucket list for me. Yeah, it was a bucket list for me until I realized it's 11 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday work night in Madison Square Garden. And I'm like, all right, this is awesome. They're one of my favorite bands of all time, but I'm fucking tired now and they're not going to stop. And of course, the second encore that's 9 songs is, all the hits. But
that's so crazy. That's so crazy. A 9-song second encore. I mean, I guess if you're The Cure, you can do it, right?
Yeah, I'll shoot you when we're done. I'll email you the set list so you can see how it broke down. It was fucking crazy, but they were awesome, and I have to give it to him. Robert Smith was absolutely brilliant, sounded amazing.
Yeah,
looked like a Long Island medium, but
really
he was. Oh yeah, I mean he was hurting. Okay. He looked like the mom that bought everybody liquor at high school parties. Like,
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you get it. But yeah, no, it was awesome.
Do you go to MSG a lot?
No, I don't. I'm not a big concert guy. This year has been the year for big concerts. I'm a $5 VFW or small venue type of guy. That's the music I like. That's the music I grew up loving, and that's how I got to see music. I got to see all the huge bands, as they were breaking in small venues, Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, in small rooms. And to this point, I'm like, yeah, I want to support the bands that I feel are good. Half the time I'm like, okay, first of all, I don't need to pay $200 for a ticket to see music. No, and secondly, they don't need my help. So,
yeah. I mean, the ticket prices are wild. And everybody says I have heard, if one date gets canceled or something, then they could be going into the red. And I just wonder though, who's budgeting that? Maybe there should be a bigger buffer, I mean, if possible, maybe I don't know.
I honestly, I don't know how it works. And there's, there were a lot of things to me that sometimes I get really pissed off about it. Like Elton John. I'm not the biggest Elton John fan, but I respect what he's done with his career and his piano. And I was like, you know what, if this is last go around, maybe I think the last time I saw him was 91 or 89 or something at Giant Stadium when I was really little. But I look at the ticket prices and they're starting at $600. And I'm like, where he fucking needs that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Does Elton John really deserve to fucking have his fans for one last time see him for starting at $600 in the last seat of the house? Come on, man. That's the kind of stuff where that's where I just get jaded. I'm like, fuck them. Fuck you for doing that to people.
I've always said if we ever make it to stadium level or something like that, I would like to do a free tour,
Yeah.
because like if I can do it and like it could be, a lot of people's first concert or whatever, like I get money is tight, like then like I would definitely be down to do that, I'm
No,
just,
and some people do. I mean, The Cure did it awesome, and it was the first time I had seen it done this way for ticket sales. So you didn't get raped by Ticketmaster. You had
Mhm.
to sign up to join the list to buy tickets on The Cure's website. Then
Yeah,
they
because
would,
Live Nation keeps all the information of fans that buy tickets, and
yeah,
they don't give them to the artists.
and then they would send you a code the day they went on sale, and they'd send you a code, and your ticket price was locked in. So like I got to see The Cure, and it was $100, and I'm like, $100 for 29 Cure songs for the
That's
first time
fair.
seeing them live. That's totally fair.
Mm.
But everybody was like, I bought 4 tickets, brought some friends. Everybody's like, how much is it? I'm like, it's $100. They're like, no, seriously though, how much is it? I'm like, it's $100. They're like, how the fuck? I'm like, The Cure found a way around Ticketmaster. They did something. I punched in the code they sent me the day they went on sale, and it was, here's your price. And the 4 tickets, it was with tax and everything, it was like $421.
If you have the audience and you have the connection to them, i.e., like if you have a text list or a mailing list, which clearly they do, then like you can do that. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, by all means, like you should. I think that's great. I'm trying to think how much my first concert tickets cost. I think it was
what was your first concert you ever saw?
Blink-182 in Bad Religion.
That was your first one ever?
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
beats the hell out of mine being Kenny Rogers, but yeah.
Kenny Rogers, okay. I don't know, man. I've never seen Kenny Rogers, so that could be mine.
Well, you never can. But what was your favorite concert you ever attended?
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen so many being on tour, but I feel like sometimes like those don't even count.
It's hard when you're a part of it, right? So if you're sitting side stage or going out front because you just played or you're playing soon, that is hard to judge when you're doing it. So how about something you paid for? Let's look at it that way. One that you paid for.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to a lot of good concerts. I thought Weezer was fucking phenomenal when I saw them with the Pixies back in like 2019 or whenever they came through. That's one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Mine are weird because like I guess like we're a pop punk band and they're probably mostly not pop punk. The best concerts that I've seen,
I don't think you have to necessarily absolutely love the genre of music you're playing, right? I think that's
about an energy.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like oddly enough, like Aerosmith blew me away the first time. Like I saw Steven Tyler walk out on stage. It was almost like, I don't know. It's like a wind blew me back or something. I was like, holy shit, that's like, I don't know. Like he does his thing. It's just like, whoa, like that's him. All right.
Yeah, it's a professional, right? And that's a big difference. A professional doing what
he's
they do.
like I feel like he's just like a rock star. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, I don't know who else.
Is there someone that you haven't seen besides Metallica, since we already hit that, but that you haven't seen that you would almost do anything in your power to if money was let's say money was no object, who is it that you would race out to see immediately?
I mean, I would love to see John Lennon. I mean, or so not John Lennon, Paul McCartney. I'd love to see. Who would I love to
That was
see?
another one that just happened. Somebody asked me if I wanted to go see them. They're like I got an extra ticket. I'm like, all right, how much is it? And he comes
just
back.
Outlandish.
He goes, it's $1,200. I was like, I'm good. No, I will never. I don't care who it is. Like even, one of my favorite artists of all time is Elvis. And I'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't, if he came back to life and it was $1,200, I still wouldn't pay to see it.
Sorry. Oh, Johnny Cash. I would love, I mean, I would love to see him if you were alive. It's not something I've like thought about a lot recently. I've been meaning to see the 1975. I heard that they came through MSG, I think last year. And, I saw like the video and, They put on a really good show. Green Day was one of the best bands I've ever seen live.
Yeah,
for sure, hands down. Like, I mean, like Green Day kills it.
yeah. I mean, I saw Green Day. It's I always go thinking back to how lucky I have been in my life of bands that I saw. That it was at the Roseland Ballroom, 1992.
You saw them at Roseland Ballroom?
Yeah, 1992, 1993. The lineup was Seaweed, Green Day, and it was right when Kerplunk. Yeah, and then Bad Religion. So it was just thinking about that kind of stuff that I got to grow up with, and seeing that kind of stuff is just amazing.
I just missed that. Like that. I mean, like I was like probably 2 years from going to those shows, and I know on that tour they came through the 8x10 in Baltimore, and I hate that I missed it. That's crazy that you saw them at Roseland. You mentioned Nirvana. I mean, I would love to, obviously. Like they're probably like like my biggest influences. Nirvana. And actually, like, I've never seen Brand New. They're one of my favorite bands. I would like to see them also.
Nice. Now, when was your first time you played in front of strangers? Do you remember the first time you started playing music in front of strangers and how it felt? Like
strangers or just like
not your school talent show where you have your peers there, but like the first time that you're going out and you have no idea what's going to happen or who's going to be there or what it's going to be like.
Yeah, that's good that you said that, because I think that the first time that I ever played was like that talent show scenario, but like the first time, and so I mean, like there's two different ones that I'm thinking of right now. One was like a end of the summer party at my house, or my parents' house.
Were your parents home for that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was still a kid. I mean, I was like,
I don't want them to listen 12. To this and be like, wait, he had a party?
That's funny. Yeah, they definitely know that. I've been known to do that in the past. Yeah, no, there was that, which was cool because like it was like kind of like a house show, like a younger house show kind of experience. And then like there was this place called Woods. It was like it was like a youth center, right? I mean, like I went to the VFW halls, like we had those types of shows down here also. But yeah, bands like Good Charlotte would play there. Wakefield back then, Geppetto. There was a small scene that like started out there, and I remember like I was just so stoked, man. Like I couldn't like believe it. Like I remember because like I was like, this is a real show. Like this isn't like me playing in the basement or me playing like some talent show. Like this is an actual show. And I try to think back to that sometimes, because like that feeling of like when I booked it and I got that email back, like I was just so like on cloud 9, you know? And like,
yeah, listen, I get it. You don't, there's a thing that certain things you don't need to explain to me. You get an email back. You know, I just had the distinct pleasure to interview my idol.
Oh.
And it was just getting the email back because I send out emails to people I want to speak to, and getting it back and it being sent back to me like within 20 minutes. That was it for me. I was like,
awesome.
I was like, for fuck's sake, man. I'm like, this is wow. And I'm on cloud, and like I'm running around the house, and like I go to my wife. I'm like, oh my god. She's like, my wife's like, all right, calm down. What's going on? And I tell her,
who is it?
I'll tell you afterwards because it's not out yet, and it'll be probably a 2-parter. But I was like, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, and she goes, all right, calm down. It's just a person. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, that like, yeah, no, I get it because like Lauren geeks out about things that like I geek out about things that she doesn't get.
Yeah,
sometimes too, and I'm like,
and it's fine. I guess that's what makes the relationship good, right? Because we have different tastes.
Yeah, it would be boring if we like exactly the same things, you know. Like, yeah, definitely, it's good to have her, you know, in the band also. It's because we get to work on something.
It's unique, right?
Together.
There's not many, you know, great bands out there that have that relationship where there also be some truth and honesty between two people, because the love is there, right? And
Yeah.
regardless
no
of
doubt.
relationship, you're going to argue about stuff, whether it's going to be the music you're creating or who left the fucking stove on. There's going to be these moments, but having to experience and share those experiences and not have to explain them are pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, I always say this because it's the truth. It's like we actively tried not to play music together. In fact, I didn't even know that she played an instrument for the first 6 months that we were together. Her mom ended up just like dropping off her cello, like for her during COVID, I think. And I was like, "Wait, you play cello?"
Wait, what the fuck is this?
That's yeah. I mean, like legit, like straight up. That's how it went. And yes, I mean, like we jammed together then, but like we never planned on like being in a band together because like I knew that it would be hard. Like we've definitely figured out a lot in the past 3 years of how to navigate that and together, and it helps having a very tight knit lineup now. We don't have any wishy washy people. We're all in this 100%, and we get it. And so that's kind of a good spot to be. But
yeah, that's great to hear. That means there's going to be so much more to look forward to from you guys. That's what excites me.
Yeah, we're playing the infinite game. We're playing because we enjoy, not because we're trying to win some contest or anything we're here to stay.
That's awesome. Now, if no one ever listened to your music and you had to play them one or two songs of yours that would best describe what it is you are as a band or a musician, what songs would you play for them?
I would probably play them one song that won't come out until October that I'm very, very excited about. But I'm also I'm stoked on Worry Free, which will come out in August, actually a couple weeks here. But the top three, I would say, off the top of my mind, would be probably Taking Time, Comeback Kid, and either the Faded Ones or Think I Want. Think I Want, I think, is probably my favorite pre-Taking Time song. And it's probably like, I don't know, it's like somehow buried in the algorithm. But everybody that hears it loves it.
Well, that's the problem nowadays, how stuff gets skewed away. And, I have that love-hate relationship with the streaming services when it comes to certain stuff and how I can't find certain things. And then I create a playlist and then they just throw stupid shit onto my playlist I already created, kind of stuff. So I have that love-hate relationship with fucking algorithms.
Do you do the collaborative playlists?
Sometimes I do, but
Okay.
mostly I make it for just me and my friends, because everyone has different tastes. So if like we're gonna have a party or we're all gonna hang out, like guys, we just went away. We had our guy trip where we go away for a couple days in the mountains and just hang out and play golf and drink beer and have fun. And everyone likes something different, so I have to make. There's rap, there's country, there's rock, there's emo, there's punk, and it's like got to make something so someone can start singing it at any moment.
Yeah. I get that. There is an art to actually playlisting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember Lauren asked me for a playlist for her 30th birthday. I was like, okay. And then I found myself like actually putting like a lot of thought into it because I was like, oh yeah, I remember doing this. Like, like you have to figure out which one's going to segue into the next one the best, like.
Absolutely, man. There is a true art and it's a lot of work. And what's funny is sometimes though, because I'll be listening to the songs as I'm making the playlist. And then by the time the playlist is done, I was like, I need it to sit away for 2 weeks. I don't need to hear those songs again for 2 weeks until I want to put them, because you already heard them all. So you're not going to go and play it right away.
Take this. Yeah. Give it to whoever you're giving it to. But yeah, I hear you. I guess it's kind of different with Spotify, but not really. Like, I mean, like the same rules still apply. And I do like that. I mean, like I like the fact that like, it will play me music that like I don't know and that I enjoy. It does help me discover new music.
Yeah, I don't mind that part of it. I mind the part I just had a conversation yesterday about it. I mind the part where they just throw a band that I've never searched for and that I don't like, such as the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and just throw it into a playlist that I've already made. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I would, or the Offspring comes on, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Stop.
Yeah. I noticed that started happening because I think they automatically like take it on for you, and I had to flip it off because I didn't want to. Because like I do you have like your go-to playlist? Like
I kind of don't, because I'm so deep into music that I just constantly want to search for new stuff. So I actually spend hours on Bandcamp finding music and picking things that I may want to listen to, only because it has like the awesome subgenre breakdown, and I can find, like today I'll be in a mathy mood, so I get to find all these new mathy bands that are out there. Today I'm in a rock mood, and I get to find all these new rock bands that are trying to do it. And that's what I enjoy, not knowing what I want as well, when I can just put on a playlist that Spotify, hey, here's an alternative noise thing for you of all bands that I've never heard of. And then I feel bad because then I hear them, I find them, and I'm like, man, I feel bad. Like, these guys have only 99 followers on Spotify, but thank you for giving it to me, Spotify, because I may not have found it otherwise.
Should we make a Bandcamp? Because I only have one under Ben DeHan. The reason I didn't change is because it's like basically all of the marketing that had our download codes and stuff on it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I would suggest it for the simple fact that you can promote the Bandcamp Friday, which is a great thing where all the money goes to the artist. And, that's where you point people to on Bandcamp Friday. Hey, go support us.
I don't even know what that is, man. Like,
so yeah, so they have a Friday. It's the last Friday of every month. So today, where the money will go directly to the artist, and they don't take their cut that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, it's all you're doing is put your music up there. Another way for people to find it, right, and people to purchase it and enjoy it, and that's the big thing. And that's, I tell people a lot of the times, basically all the time, the only way that you can support an artist pretty much nowadays is to buy their merch, right? And you'll have your website and people can find you that way, but there'll be write-ups on Bandcamp that are cool to find things. And if you like this, it'll have everything underneath it that, hey, maybe try this one. And I'll have a little blurb of write-up about it, and it'll do it for you too. But, it gives another place for people to find you from around the world instead of just going to your own website.
Yeah, Ben DeHan is on there. So yeah, I'll have to, maybe I'll just switch the Ben DeHan one to Free Friends, and we didn't give away too many of those download codes anyway. So, but you did mention something about like, so you can get pretty into the weeds, like searching for microgenre on Bandcamp.
Oh my God, I spend one time, I literally started, it was 8:00. I was home alone, 8:00 at night. I pull up my computer. I'm sitting at the desk, and I'm just like going through it. Next thing I know, it's 3:00 in the morning. All I've been doing was listening to music and going through subgenres and finding stuff.
Sounds great. Yeah.
And writing it down and being like, wow, these guys are fucking dope. I got to listen to all their stuff. And then I do. And then I take all that. I mean, you got to look at, I am only a weekly show, but I have weekly threes, and how much music that I'm trying to share and get out in the world that I just think deserves a bigger audience, bands such as yourself. Like,
thanks,
that's what allows me to find stuff and be able to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, these guys deserve a little pedestal to fucking stand on and scream from a mountaintop. Otherwise, someone may not ever know who they are, and that's what's disappointing to me.
We actually have some stuff on Bandcamp. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I did try to utilize this, and I posted some stuff that's only available on Bandcamp.
And that's a good thing too, to have something where you can only get it there too. If somebody really wants it and really likes what you're doing, that's an awesome way to, hey, I like this song, I'm going to pay that $1 for it. But whatever, it's $1, right? It's money you've already paid to put it together, right? Yeah. It's just another way. Yeah.
So if I wanted to get lost in the weeds of just kind of like, looking into who's coming out in the different microgenres, where would I start? Because like I'm on the site.
So you go to the home page, and then you scroll to the middle, and then it'll have like rock, alt rock, and then you
I
click on
see.
that, and
I
it
see.
it pops up subgenres underneath it.
Ah, that is cool.
Yeah, it's
That's okay. All right.
yeah.
So
So you,
that's like the whole thing behind it.
yeah, and then you can go listen to the songs in there, and then you get to listen to it, and then listen. I find a lot of shit in there, and I'm a big supporter of. Then I research the band and make sure they're still a band and want to help support them. And then if I got a couple extra dollars to spend, I'll just start, buying a vinyl or buying a t-shirt or buying a CD, whatever it is,
Well,
because
thank you. Yeah.
because it's important,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's how you're right. I mean, like merch is a big way that we make money. This is really cool, actually. Wow. Yeah. This is a different way to discover music. I
Yeah.
never knew it had this feature.
Yeah. See, we're learning things today. So if you get anything out of this show today, it's you learned how to navigate some and find all crazy shit now.
Yeah. 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 I could see myself doing exactly what you said.
Yeah. I travel a lot for work too. So like if I'm in a hotel room and there's nothing to fucking do, if there's no concert for me to attend in the city that I'm staying in or whatever, I'll just sit there, pull up my computer and just start doom scrolling through fucking music. And next thing you know, I'm like, shit, I better go to bed.
Yeah. I used to, when I got to the point where I was taking like work trips and stuff, I remember I used to just listen to albums, and kind of like reconnect with albums. I would also, look for new artists on Spotify, but I wasn't aware of this Bandcamp feature at the time. But I think that's what's next for Free Friends. Also, is I think I mean, like we haven't really talked about it, but like I just kind of like had this feeling last night, like I think that I'm ready to do a full length, and it's been a really long time, and we'll still probably we'll release it as with this singles release strategy, but like I'm ready to put out like
an album
like an
that's
LP.
there in the
like
ether.
an actual like a stamp, like something more than an like 6-song EP, like a 10 or more.
Yeah, and that's where I struggle sometimes too when it comes to when I do find new music and I'll find a band that I attach to off of like a couple songs I heard from them, and then I go to find everything and it's like they only have one other song.
Does that bug you if they don't have an album?
Sometimes it bugs me if there's only like I'll hear a song and I'm like, this is awesome, and then I'll hear another song by that band and then I go to search them out and I'm like, okay, they've been a band for 6 years and they only have 4 songs out, and it kind of like I kind of just brush it aside now. Now I never have to hear it again because I don't know what's happening, and it sucks because it could be 4 killer songs. I'm like, but damn, all right, I'm on to the next thing because I want to fall in love with an album. That I'm an old man who loves albums. I get why it is a certain way in the industry right now in the singles game and letting things sit there and bloom. I get that. But at the same time, at the end of the day, sometime I would want to put on Free Friends and hear the whole album. You know what I mean? I want to hear it all. So that's where it is. It's hard. And I feel bad for artists creating music and having put it out into the world to try to play a certain game because that's where we are in today's world. But at the same time, if you have the vision to know at the end you're going to have this, it's going to be an album and you're going to be able to buy it and there's going to be 5 songs on each side or whatever it may be of a vinyl or a CD, and you can just hear it all at once. That's also what I love, is just being like, all right, I got a 45-minute ride. I'm going to listen to this entire album. Let's do it.
Yeah. And like that, there's albums that, they're just like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to listen to right now. It's been a while since I listened to that, like,
yeah,
I want to hear the whole thing, like, and then you're like, God damn, that was like, how is this so good? Yeah. I think it's time that like I think that like there's very much still a place for, I think that full lengths are very important still in music. I mean, it's how we like categorize time periods. I think it's at least how I do.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better.
So, I mean, like there's always different challenges to breaking in. In the 90s, it was like payola. with radio stations. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, certainly there's that still today. I mean, people are even more blunt about it, just through different avenues, like pay for a playlist or whatever, and then there was MySpace, right? And then there's, I mean, like there's always something different, and Spotify, TikTok. But I think that, like, if your music is good, like if you spend time, and the most important thing is the music and like your connection and dynamic as a band, and like how you're working together, and like I think that like will speak for itself. Like, you still will have to market, you still have to network, you still have to like go out and make the fans. But like if you're not like fantastic, like if you're not like really good, like then like and maybe I should take my advice, I don't know. But like I think that we have some really, really, like, I think we're releasing our best stuff ever, and it's just getting better and better, the songs that we're sitting on right now. But like, yeah, no, I just think that like the music is the most important thing, and that a lot of the bands that you see, like, I don't know, I really like Good Hangs. They're a pop punk band from Chicago.
Yep, I know. I
really like Friend Circle a lot. They're from Jersey. Have you talked to those guys yet?
No, I haven't talked to them yet.
Yeah, they were just in like alternative press. There's a lot of good bands like that like they just have like really awesome music, and like things are happening.
Well, that's it too.
And they work hard also, but
yeah, creating the music because you love music, and that's where I can hear it when I hear a song. A lot of the times I can hear the love of the creation and what went behind it, as opposed to just making a song to make a song because you have to, right?
Yeah, intention. Yeah, like the energy that was put into it.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where I can tell how hard someone worked on a song, as opposed to we needed a filler, or we're just putting this out there because it's something new we created, and like not a lot of thought went behind it, or not a lot of hard work. It was just like, oh, here, this came easy, and then they just put it out. But you can tell the difference in stuff. Well, at least I can. I can
totally tell. I mean, at least I think I can. But like, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it just feels different, Yeah,
it hits different, and that's where we go back to, we circle back to the goosebumps that you get with music.
Or I always go back to, have you seen Walk the Line?
Yes.
And so like every time I'm in the studio, or every time I'm writing, I think about, I just replay that one scene in my head where, like, he's playing like the gospel stuff, and like the record exec or whatever, he's like, I've heard that song, like I've heard that a million times before. Like, if you had one song, like if you had one song, it was going to be the last song you ever played, what would it be? And like, you see like Joaquin Phoenix like does a good job of like seeming like he's going inward to connect, and he's like, oh yeah, I know what that is, because we all know what that is. So that's how I write my best shit. If I just stop trying to write it for a purpose, and write it for the fact that like I need to write.
I mean, the way you just put that too, let me ask you this: if you only had one more song to listen to before the world exploded, what would you listen to?
Oh my God. If I have one song?
Yeah, you got 5 minutes left to live, right? And
oh my God.
Armageddon's happening or whatever. What song are you listening to?
I mean, it might be Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. Probably not, but fuck. I've never thought about that. If I have one song, let me get back to you. Because I mean, like that's there definitely is a handful that I would respond, and I will think of them.
All right.
Probably text them to you, but
that's fine. Listen, it's a hard question. I get it. I'm lucky enough that I have the notes tattooed on my arm of my last song. So
what's yours?
Mine's Over the Rainbow, Ray Charles version.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, that was my sister, God rest her soul, it was her favorite song. It was my wedding song. It was like, it comes on at the most inopportune times, like somewhere like you're sitting down
Happened one time. I walked into an ice cream shop. This old Asian man is playing piano. I walk in and he just starts playing Over the Rainbow. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so there's that attachment for me. I got a lot of crazy shit going on with that. So
that has a lot behind it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's meaningful, man.
Yeah. So that's what I would definitely go out with. I'd just put it right on. I wouldn't even think of any other song and just that's it. But I've also thought about this and I've also asked this question hundreds of times now throughout the
Maybe
show.
Harvest Moon.
All right. See, we're getting somewhere.
that was our wedding song. The song we danced to. But we also I put it on a playlist for her early on. I was a fan of the band Lord Huron. And they do a cover of that as well.
Yeah, Lord Huron's awesome. Speaking of band, we've gone over, you're playing pop punk music and you said a couple things that or music that aren't of the pop punk ilk, but is there something that you get like a lot of pleasure out of that people would be really, really surprised to hear that you really enjoy?
I mean, I love grunge. Like I said, I love Nirvana. Something that would surprise people. I really love, actually, probably a lot of things because I'm just a music fan in general. But like I really, really enjoy like classical, like composed music, like and as well as modern. I'm a big Olafur Arnolds fan.
He's one of my favorite, and this is a hidden tracks fact. Do you know where he came from? Like not just the fact that he's from Iceland, but what music genre he came from.
You know what? I have no idea, actually.
He was a drummer in a black metal band.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Iceland.
Yeah. And he composes this beautiful fucking music.
I had no idea. That's wild. Yeah, I figured he had just always been in like the movie circuit and like done like soundtracks and stuff.
No,
but
I have his first 10-inch that he ever put out by himself, and it's just like it's one of those things I always tell people that have never heard him. Listen, get a glass of wine, light a couple candles, turn off all the lights, and put him on, and you're either going to cry because it's just going to drag some emotion out of you that you don't know is there.
Yep.
Or you're just going to be completely at peace. Like it's like the only two things that he can give you. He's either going to draw the emotion for you to cry, or you're just going to be completely at peace.
I mean, I think it takes you on a journey. Like what's the Blue album called? It's like
if only I had a producer that could look these up while we're talking about them.
So it's called like I'm pulling it up right now. That album is so good. Like I will listen to it. Yeah, remember that. Yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I absolutely love that album. I also there was another one. I love all of his stuff.
Yeah,
and I also, by the way, while we were talking about Olafur Arnolds, I thought of another song that might be my last because it's got me through a lot. Was Sigur Rós. What's the name of the song? Sigur Rós. I like them a lot. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like SVEFN.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how to pronounce
G Angler.
Yeah,
Sven G Angler.
We're lucky we know how to pronounce Sigur Rós, right? So
Sigur Rós, yeah. So like, that song would be dope. A lot of stuff from Iceland. It's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Have you ever listened to Jóhann Jóhannsson?
I have.
Okay, yeah,
because I'm trying to remember what.
He's another of the Olafur ilk, and he composes. He's
part of that crew.
Yeah, he composes some just beautiful fucking stuff.
Oh, okay. I actually think I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome too.
And so yeah, I really like that kind of stuff. It's definitely got like so much. To me, it's got a lot of like feeling, and it's not cookie cutter, and it's just very unique. And I like the fact that it can connect with me without even having to have lyrics.
Yeah, it's pure emotion.
I also like Debussy. You know, like I like, you know, I've been working on, you know, piano and working on like I one day want to just be able to play Clair de Lune very well. But I'm a fan of. I thought that getting back into music, like I probably would have done something more along the lines of Olafur Arnolds, but that's just not the way that it panned out.
Well, listen, it's your journey's not over, right? You can get onto that and you can do something different and special. And, that if you have that vision and you thought you were going to do it, guess what? Just fucking do it, man. You're here. It's the best advice I ever got. You're here now. You're here today. If you want to do something, just go and just do it. Just because, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So you're here now. So just go fucking do it.
That's what I say. Like, what else am I gonna do? Like, of course, I'm in a band. I play guitar and I write songs. Like, and I'm gonna die. One day in maybe 40 years if I'm lucky. And like, what else am I gonna do with that time? Why would I waste it with anything? I get the whole like you want to save it, but like I don't know what else I would do.
No, I had an experience in my life, and I from that moment on, I had said, whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Whatever I got to do to just enjoy my life, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste my time on bad things. And again, that's why I always say tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I'm here now, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm trying to leave my mark with a show and trying to help bands such as yours and get that, a broader audience, because it's important. It's important to help people. And
yes,
I don't want to waste my time. There's not a lot of time in the day, and I bust my ass for my real job, and I bust my ass at this, and I bust my ass at being a good friend and trying to be a good husband. And that's the kind of stuff that's important in life. And just going on, and if you want to do it, just go fucking do it. I implore you to go create something like Olafar and send it to me and let me enjoy it, if anything.
Yeah, I'll have to send you some demos, because I do have I have some tangential, like, adjacent demos, stuff I've been working on recently too.
I'd love to hear it, and trust me, I will be the only ears to hear it.
Yeah, of course I trust. I wouldn't even really actually care if it got out, but like, that's not to say, like, I want to also say, like, I absolutely love the music that we're putting out right now as well.
So do I.
Thanks, man.
And with that, we've been here for a while. I don't want to keep you much longer, and we're coming into the weekend, so let's go try and have some fun in life. But before we get to our last segment, which is where you first appeared in our weekly threes, why don't you tell everybody how they can find everything that you guys are doing? All your fucking handles and cool shit like that.
Yep. Everything is at Free Friends Rock, except on Spotify, it's just Free Friends. And if you wouldn't mind throwing us a follow, we just started from scratch after changing our band name, so it does actually help us a lot. We have a new single called Worry Free coming out on August 9th. So if you also want to support and you like free stickers, I send free stickers for pre-saves. If you send me a screenshot, if you feel free to pre-save, and if you ever just want to talk, feel free to hit me up. My handle's at I am Ben DeHan, but I'm usually the one running the Instagram as well. So hit us up on either spot, at Free Friends Rock, at I am Ben DeHan.
Awesome. Well, we are in our weekly threes segment of the show. It is 3 things that you're listening to right now that you would like people to check out. You give your 3, then I give my
3 things that I'm listening to right now?
Yeah.
Sure. Would be like Good Hangs, 1 Foot Wide, the song 1 Foot Wide by Good Hangs, Fuck California by Friend Circle, and let's do Manic, I guess. We'll do Manic by Magnolia Park and 408.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great song. All right, awesome. So my 3 for this week are, the first band is a band called Beauty School. The name of the album is called Happiness. They're from Leeds, UK. Indie rock, mathy, emo. There's something for everyone in there to like. Definitely recommend the album. So that's Beauty School. Number 2 is a band called Family Dinner. They're out of New York City. The name of the album is You're So Cool. It's kind of, you may like it, female lead, grungy. It's I call it like a post alt rock, the nostalgic sound that's coming out, where people are
like Mama.
Yeah, creating that old sound, but bringing it new so more people can enjoy it. So that's the nostalgic sound of family dinner. And last but not least is a band called that my previous guest that I had on told me about. It's a band called Gluehead. They're another New York City band. The name of the album is called Get Stuck. It's a noisy noise rock with a little grunge tinge to it, post-alt rock as well, but really good. Those are my three for this week.
Are you a Glassjaw fan?
Yes.
Good man.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I saw him a couple years ago with Quicksand, which was pretty fucking awesome. So
yeah. I'm a big fan of Glassjaw.
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple of New York City bands. So.
Yeah, it's weird that I had two New York City bands on here, but everybody nowadays is either from Brooklyn or Philly or whatever. So, but
Baltimore.
Yeah. But Ben, I appreciate you being here this week. I appreciate what it is you do as an artist. Keep doing it. Keep putting out into the world. Keep creating. We'll keep listening. And I want you to know what you do is very special, and people need it in their life. And without artists such as yourself, the world would be a worse place. So thank you.
Likewise, my friend. Likewise. What you're doing is a great service. So thank you as well.
I appreciate that. And everybody, you know what time it is now. It's time to go out, listen to Free Friends, formerly Ben DeHan, and have a great fucking time.
I fell asleep behind the wheel again. Is this really in my best interest? I'll fake a smile until it's real again. Find them laughing at my indifference. And when I think I'm breaking down, I just take a second to stop. Take a breath and look around me. If ignorance is bliss, I fill my head with empty memories, so nothing worries me. Don't wanna be someone erasing, write a book full of blank pages, and have fun with all my enemies. I'm living worry-free.
Stop wasting time freaking out in my head. Life is so sweet when you get to forget. Can't be free if you're tired to regret. It's fun when I don't know what to expect.
And honestly, I can't remember a time I felt as good as this. If it's a dream, don't wake me ever. And if it's not, do I exist? If ignorance is bliss, I fill my head with empty memories, so nothing worries me. Don't wanna be someone erasing, write a book full of blank pages, and have fun with all my enemies. I'm living worry-free. This could be you if you follow me down. This could be us if you're sticking around. This could be you if you follow me down. Follow me down if you follow me down.
This could be you if you follow me down. This could be us if you're sticking around. This could be you if you follow me down. If you follow me down. If you follow me down.
If ignorance is bliss, I fill my head with empty memories, so nothing worries me. Don't wanna be someone erasing, write a book full of blank pages, and have fun with all my enemies. I'm living worry-free.
Thanks again for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HiddenTracks99. Also, send all your submissions myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Tune in next week. You may find your new favorite band, and don't forget to go out and have a great fucking time.